Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? I might end up losing a lot of fights in this video. I haven't played with Double Jin in so long, but I felt he is quite appropriate for the Prince of Darkness, seeing how he has a father that is also very, very dark. But anyway, we are getting some interesting plot details with this show when it comes down to who might be making a move as we speak right now compared to what I expected him to do. And in more time, I guess, I expected him to do something like this, but it seems like the Darkness King is making his move. Not only is he making his move, this would be the perfect time to kind of snuff out the Queen of Light, thanks to her pretty much being like magically exhausted. She has her strength. The problem is the strength she has is being like she's overexerting it, right? Like she's using way too much, even though the fights she's having are nowhere near the levels of like craziness like the people she just went against, right? Or like the person she had to have assistance with. So with that being said, it's obvious now that if this continues, it's going to pretty much just be in a position where the Darkness King could find out about it, right? Because I don't know how he would know after being attacked by the Darkness Queen, or like his minions or whatever those were at the beginning of the show, and how they would give him information that she was tired afterwards, right? Like maybe there's one spectating, and after they all got blasted away, they saw her drop to her knees, breathe kind of hard, and then fly away. I don't know, but if it is, or if it's not, he's still pretty smart when it comes down to just testing the waters and seeing if his ghouls, I guess you can say, can handle the Queen of Light, when we know for a fact they shouldn't be able to. It just seems more or less like he's testing it. Like I said, he's taking those extra steps just to see what's going on. That was pretty cool, but I'm gonna die now. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what pops off in this show, because you gotta imagine that um, people are anticipating something relatively big to happen in the show because of just the action set pieces alone. There's quite a bit of action going on that's pretty cool, and at the same time the show almost doesn't feel like it has the need for, I mean, not the need, but it almost feels like it doesn't have to go as hard as it does, like splitting monsters in half, splitting friends in half. um, it goes pretty in, and that being said, it's obvious that if they really want to, if the queen or any of the actual people up top with the Queen of Light gets injured or attacked, we could be seeing some pretty brutal deaths by them, you know. So overall, this week's episode just has us watching one of the knights leaving the queen vulnerable when it comes down to now all the knights have no commander, and they pretty much just gotta figure it out for themselves. And because of this, it's going to probably put them in a bad position during a fight if they don't have the exact ways that they should be moving, and they might get in the way of others, right? Like the reason why you have both mages and knights practicing and working together with their corresponding people is so they can better the chances of winning when battling comes. So to see them in this position now, where they're kind of the knights are supposed to be commanded by a mage who, if she loses focus, or if the people on her team loses focus, she could wind up getting hurt really, really bad just by a spell that they're trying to cast to protect. while now she supposedly needs to worry about the knights as well, that she has no idea. She's like, what do you want me to do, swing a sword? You know, like, she was joking about that, you know, like that's not something she actually wants to do. So we'll see how they play this off. I'm really intrigued by how they're taking the knight out of the picture and trying to put him in a position where he could help the Queen of Light, but at the same time, the same help might be a reason a lot of people fall, and it'll be his fault, right? So we'll see how that turns out. Not only did we see a pretty sick thing that the Prince of Darkness did, where he's jumping, someone falls down the ravine, and he ends up jumping wall to wall to wall to wall to wall down to get her. And sheesh, that was hype. That was pretty sick. So kind of just goes to show you what he's willing to do or what he's going to do throughout the show for people that matter to him, and maybe not even people that just matter, but people that are close by that he can help. If he can help them, I'm pretty sure he's going to try to. So that's just his character. That's just the world he's trying to fight for, a world where they all kind of do the same thing for each other and assist instead of just, you know, expecting one another to figure it out, and then if you don't figure it out, you just die type of deal. So we'll see how this all turns out. They have me intrigued with this show. A lot of people have dropped it that I talked to, but for me, I think there's still a lot of potential. I just hope if they are taking this long to build up all of this storytelling, that it does wind up ending in a second season instead of this first one, where we could probably have maybe the King of Darkness about to get beaten, like about to be defeated or something. But that's where like the cliffhanger starts, where like the Queen of Light and the Prince of Darkness finally get back together, and they're planning on attacking, but it doesn't necessarily happen in the first season type of deal. I don't know. But if they do end it in this first season, I still hope it is well written and well done. But regardless of all that, everybody, I hope you're having a good one. I'm definitely trying to hear what people are saying about this show. I feel like it's dying off very quickly because it just doesn't have what people are asking for, which is unfortunate because there's other shows that do amazing jobs of building up things that make it feel worth it when you watch it at the end of the day. But if you don't watch the build up, if you don't like the build up, and if you don't care for the characters, then you have all the right to not want to see any more of it and drop the show, right? Like I'm not saying anybody that drops a show you're missing out and you're dumb, but if you're dropping it for your own reasons and you don't watch the build up and then something hype happens and you check out that one hype moment and try to be, you know, like, oh man, I'm so glad I kept up with it, but you really didn't. Those are the types of people I can't stand. Don't let the hype moment be the reason why you come back. Allow the hype moment just to come naturally, so then when you see it, you're blown out of your mind. So whatever whatevs, I hope you guys have a good one. Definitely talk to you in the next one tomorrow, or depending on how things go. No, yeah, I'll definitely be dropping Rick and Morty tomorrow for sure, seeing how there's not any real shows coming out that I watch on Tuesday. So hopefully Rick and Morty is good for you guys, and I will talk to you in the next one. So with that being said, take care and peace.